Italy's rapid shift toward higher defense spending by 2027 marks much more than a budgetary adjustment. It signals a deep strategic transformation reshaping the entire European security landscape. For decades, Rome favored economic stability and social investment over large-scale military modernization, assuming relative geopolitical predictability. But that world is gone. The conflicts on Europe's eastern flank, instability across North Africa and the Sahel, and simmering uncertainty throughout the Mediterranean have forced Italy to rethink its place in a rapidly hardening international environment. What we are witnessing is not a rhetorical change, but a structural recalibration of Italian defense policy driven by necessity, ambition, and a new understanding of national responsibility. Italy's decision to raise its defense budget to roughly €31.2 billion by 2025, with steady growth projected through 2027, emerges from the same pressures reshaping Germany, France, Poland, and the Nordic states. Europe no longer operates under post-Cold War assumptions. Instead, long-term competition, the risk of regional conflict, and the urgency to rebuild deterrence have become defining features of the new era. For Italy, this means abandoning decades of incremental upgrades and embracing a modernization strategy that touches every branch of its armed forces. Many of the country's key platforms in the Army, Air Force, and Navy have served for more than 30 years, becoming increasingly expensive to maintain and less effective against modern threats. Replacing them is no longer optional, it is central to Italy's ability to contribute meaningfully to European and NATO security. At the same time, Rome recognizes that defense investment strengthens the national industrial base, ensuring that Italian companies remain central players in Europe's evolving defense ecosystem. One of the clearest signs of Italy's new strategic mindset is its decision to purchase 21 HIMARS launchers, marking a dramatic shift away from the country's traditional reliance on short-range, highly mobile artillery. For decades, the Italian army lacked credible long-range strike capabilities and depended on Allied support in high-intensity missions. HIMARS fundamentally changes that dynamic. With precision-guided munitions and extended-range firepower, Italy can now shape the battlefield at distance, deter hostile actions in the Mediterranean and Balkans, and offer NATO more robust operational depth. This is not just a technical upgrade, it represents a doctrinal evolution toward multi-domain operations, where mobility, range, and integration become decisive. Simultaneously, Italy is preparing to replace the aging RE main battle tank and Dardo infantry fighting vehicle. Both have reached the limits of feasible modernization, forcing Rome to choose between joining multinational programs, such as the Franco-German main ground combat system, or pursuing a pathway that guarantees a strong role for its domestic industry. Regardless of the final configuration, Italy's objective is clear: to field a modern, digitally connected, survivable armored force that aligns with NATO's future land warfare concepts. A similar transformation is underway in the aviation sector. The AW249 Fenice attack helicopter stands out as one of Italy's most significant domestic defense projects in recent years. Designed to replace the A129 Mangusta, it brings enhanced survivability, next-generation connectivity, higher power output, and compatibility with advanced missile systems. Its development underscores Italy's determination to preserve sovereign capabilities in combat aviation, a field where few European nations maintain deep expertise. Meanwhile, the Eurofighter Typhoon remains a cornerstone of the Italian Air Force. Sensor upgrades, improved electronic warfare systems, and integration with long-range weapons ensure the aircraft will remain operationally relevant well into the next decade. Looking further ahead, Italy's participation in the Global Combat Air Program, GCAP, highlights Rome's intention to remain at the forefront of European aerospace innovation. A sixth-generation fighter is not simply another acquisition, it represents decades of industrial investment, technological development, and strategic influence. Italy's strengths in avionics, radar engineering, and composite manufacturing position it as an indispensable partner in whatever shape Europe's future airpower architecture takes. Industrial capacity sits at the heart of Italy's defense revival. Companies like Leonardo, Fincantieri, Iveco Defense Vehicles, Beretta, and hundreds of specialized SMEs form a sophisticated industrial base that supports high-tech manufacturing, advanced R&D, and strong export performance. Increased defense spending directly supports high-skilled employment, strengthens supply chains, and enhances Italy's leverage within European defense negotiations. Italian shipbuilding, particularly in frigates and patrol vessels, already enjoys strong international demand. Likewise, the country's expertise in helicopters, radar systems, and electronic warfare consistently ranks among the best in Europe. By aligning national procurement with industrial strengths, Italy aims to secure long-term autonomy and ensure its domestic enterprises remain competitive in a crowded global market. This industrial strategy also shapes Italy's approach to international defense commitments. While Rome continues to support NATO operations and Ukraine's defense, it is adopting a more selective stance towards certain multinational procurement initiatives. Italy's choice in 2025 to abstain from a new US-led armaments initiative reflects a deliberate prioritization of national needs. The government argues that Italy must first rebuild its own capabilities before expanding large-scale material support abroad. This is not a retreat from Allied cooperation but a recognition that NATO becomes stronger when its members possess credible, well-resourced forces. Similarly, Italy seeks a balanced approach to the ongoing debate over European strategic autonomy. France champions greater independence from the United States, while Germany favors deeper integration within NATO. Italy positions itself between these poles, advocating for pragmatic European coordination, especially in industrial cooperation, while reaffirming its commitment to the transatlantic alliance. This dual-track posture aligns with Italy's geographic and political realities as a Mediterranean power with global economic ties. Taken together, these developments mark a profound shift in Italy's security identity. The country is moving from an era of restrained defense ambition to one defined by purpose, investment, and strategic clarity. Italy aims to serve as a stabilizing force in the Mediterranean, a reliable contributor on NATO's eastern flank, and a central industrial player in Europe's defense transformation. The investments being made today, in long-range strike systems, modern aviation, next-generation armored vehicles, and advanced aerospace programs, will shape Italy's military profile for decades. More importantly, they reflect a recognition that the world has entered a prolonged period of geopolitical uncertainty. By modernizing its armed forces and revitalizing its industrial capabilities, Italy is positioning itself to safeguard national security, enhance its European role, and ensure it can meet the complex challenges of the 21st century with confidence and credibility.